Hey guys, Kongar here, and today, well, people keep complaining about not making money in World of Tanks console anymore, aka World of Tanks Action Heroes, aka World of Tanks Update 6.0. So I figured, then why don't we share some replays with you guys where we make a lot of money? That way you don't have to. You can just watch me make money, and boom, problem solved. These are some old replays on the channel that I've decided to sift through, trying to find the biggest games where we make money, and these are not the biggest. Actually, the last one is the biggest that we've ever made on the channel. Okay, the last three plays, huge, the biggest amount we've ever made on the channel. But there are some sprinkled in between these replays where they were big as well, but they all featured the same tank, the Patriot. And so I decided to, you know, just share these ones. And these are before the Crimson tanks as well. I also had some big replays where we made a ton of credits with the Crimson tanks, like the Ragnarok and the Hydra. Maybe I'll share those next week. We'll do another little series with more modern tanks, I guess. But for now, we're going to be taking a look at the Lowë and the Patriot. We've got 4 replays. Well, 2 of them are with the replay system. 2 of them are recorded normally, like this game. So that's good. I know some people don't like the replay system, but I decided to share them anyway because they are action-packed, exciting games where we make an absurd amount of money. And these first 2 games are without the credit multiplier, the ×2 silver boost. This is just straight credits, this game here, and I believe the next one. But these, okay, so these games are not going to be my most credits ever made without a ×2 multiplier. I had a game in the Patriot, which I featured, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago, where we made 400,000 without a ×2 credit multiplier, and it was also my biggest game at tier 8 of all time. Well, other than, I think, a Borsa game I had, which was way before I started recording. And I'll make sure to link that top right corner of the screen if you didn't see that last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, where we did 7,000 damage, almost 8,000 damage in the Patriot. Go check that out. A little eye in the top. Go watch that. It's there for you. Anyway, we are on, what is this map called? Liberty Falls. This is before it became Liberty Fallen, and before it got removed. And it's not a terrible map in my own humblest of opinions. It's not a competitive map. I can't stand the fact that they introduced this into competitive. In fact, the competitive maps Wargaming console have kind of chosen for multi-base are stupid. And the fact that you have to use multi-base is also stupid. And anyone who endorses that is, well, stupid. But that's not true, because that's just an opinion. That's completely just an opinion. And for me to say, if you like multi-base and you endorse multi-base, you're stupid, is actually stupid and shouldn't be said. In my opinion, I think multi-base should not be competitive. You see? There's a difference. There's a big difference. And some people, I'm sure, maybe they like it. You know? Maybe they do. Regardless, I stopped doing competitive. I started again, found out it was multi-base, and was like, well, I'll finish the season, then be done. Then I finished the season, was done, and then realized, oh, wow, the game is now not that great. And so we were done. Just like that. Now, this is before I turned off notifications, by the way, so if Ava keeps logging on and logging off, this is going to keep happening, that's for sure. But if this Tiger 2 wants to sit there, we'll for sure put a shell into him. 7 damage ribbons so far, and make that 8. Not too shabby. We're still full health. Lowë. So this is, what, 4 years ago, almost 3 years ago? This was back when this tank was a absolute beast. Ava Master, go away. It hasn't changed. I mean, it only got better. It's only gotten better. I don't know if this is the buffed version where it has the 10 degrees of gun depression and the 150 hull armor. It might be the 120 hull armor and the 8 degrees of gun depression. I don't know. Regardless, our side works, our turret works, our gun still works. Those are all the same. And I don't know what version this is. I don't. Doesn't matter. We're blocking damage, doing damage, getting kills, getting money. And that's the point. It still has the same credit multiplier of 65%, which other than Mutant was the highest at the time. It also has good pen. It also can face tanks 2 tiers higher than it, which can also help with making money if you're able to pen them and such. And I remember the game, I 3-marked this. I spammed nothing but premium rounds, but we were fighting nothing but 10s, and I made almost 300,000 credits. And that is, again, another game which wasn't recorded, but we did make more money than we made in this replay right here. But this is straight money. No boosts whatsoever other than premium. No boosts. This is just money. And this is money that you only dream about getting nowadays. And in World of Tanks, honestly, on the console, because of how much money you have to spend on your consumables. You don't have to spend that much on consumables, but you really kind of should. You're at a severe disadvantage. Like, I'm using small auto. This is perfectly fine. Typically, when you get something knocked out, you only lose one module. And so there's no real point to having the extra large other than the off chance you get 2 modules knocked out with the same shot. And things like the Borsig have that happen all the time. Believe it or not, actually, things like the Lowë have that happen all the time as well. If they pin your lower plate in the side, or they like your front drive wheel, they can take out your transmission and your tracks. But that's more rare, really. It is. It's more rare. It doesn't typically happen. And so you're able to get away with not using the large. Nowadays, if you don't use the large, you can only repair once. You only have one repair. It's kind of interesting. I think they should make it so that if you use... They just made the game more simple. I think if you use that repair kit, it should still be a small in the case where it only repairs one thing, but it recharges. Just like the large does. But instead they have it where it fixes everything no matter what. Whatever's broken, they kind of dumbed it down and made it more pay to win and more annoying, and you lose money. That's just what I've experienced in my take on it. My hot take. Cool guy's hot take. Look at the Tiger 2 is still alive. He's just driving. Might be a new player. I mean, at this point, he'd be a big old veteran. And he's like, oh yeah, if he's still playing the game right now, he's into 5 years, 4 years, whatever, however long ago this was, 3 years. In which case, he could be a fantastic player. Shell goes high left. We didn't aim it fully there. You won't have that issue with 6.0, that's for sure. But look at this guy. He's actually turned his armor around. Unfortunately for him, he's angled down, and Lowë can go straight through that upper plate, even while he's not angled downward. And now it's just the case of chasing down this last medium tank. Takes a little bit of driving to get there, so we'll cut this out. And what is this, a Motherland? Well, we get to him. 8 kills, Radley Walters. This will give us a huge boosted money. No, Huntsman finished him off right before we were in position to shoot him. No, we don't get the Radley Walters medal, but that doesn't really matter, does it? Let's see what kind of money we made without any boosters other than premium. 203,000 credits. 6,000 damage done, 7 tanks destroyed. Not a shabby game. Not a shabby game at all. Pretty good. Ace Tanker. We have 2 marks of excellence. So perhaps this was before the buff. When was this? 2017? June 2017. It might have been after the buff. It's tough to say. I'm not exactly sure. Did we have 3 marks on the barrel? We 3 marked this before they buffed it. So let's see where my mark of excellence is at. 89.95. This might have been before. I don't know. So I went back and checked. We did have 3 marks, so it was after the buff on the tank. The buff on the Lowë, the big one. We just dropped on our marks of excellence is all. And that can happen. I kind of started playing the Lowë, goofing around. I used to play the Lowë competitively, believe it or not. Like, I would play it, and I would make sure I did good, because I really wanted to 3 mark it. And that was a long time ago, for sure. But now we're on Ensk, and this is my biggest game in the Lowë whatsoever. It's a pretty big game here. And it's the replay system. My apologies, a little bit choppy, but I think it's worth it right here. This one was worth it. And this was a case of jumping in, playing a game, not turning on my capture card, and having a great game, because it was the first game of the day. And then this happened to me so much back in the day. Now I make sure my computer's on before I play. And yeah, but we put a shell in the AMX 5100. Nobody kind of pushed the town, so we pushed way up. We're now pretty much on their side. 5100 puts a shell in their lower plate there. A bit of a lucky shot. Can we kill him here? Yes, we can. There we go. He goes down. He's got a bad aim time. He was moving. He's not going to put an accurate shot, which he doesn't. So we're able to kill him pretty much for free, and we're just going to continue to roll in this tier 9 game. Put a shell there into the T-34-1. That thing's got a big gun if he's using it, and 250 pen on his heat shells if he decides to shoot that, which is more than capable of going through my hull. But now we've got a shot on this guy. An SU, put it in, he goes down, dead. Or was that a Stura Mill? That was a Stura Mill, actually. Small screen. What can you do? Anyway, there's no audio because otherwise you'd be hearing me. This was a replay we shared with Mad Friday, and this is, again, another one of those replays that really helped our channel start to pick up, for sure. But it was really when we started competing with Spartan Elite that we started getting pretty big. Put a shell on the waffle there, and we're going to try to get away from his gun there. And yeah, we do just barely get in, and he's not going to be able to shoot us now unless he pokes out. Or maybe he's looking somewhere else. It doesn't matter. He fires. We're going in. Come here, Mr. Waffenträger. We put a shell into him. The 5100 also puts a shell into him. Is 5100 reloading, or is he just... Okay, he's missing shots, so we're going to actually have to shoot this guy again. The Waffle gets another shell off, and the 5100... I think he YOLO'd in with 2 or 3 shots, and he missed all but 1. So, he's coming back. He shoots the poor 5100 again, but we finish off the Waffenträger. Luckily, he wasn't shooting me. He was shooting the 5100. The 5100, unfortunately, missed a few shots, and he loses some health, which is too bad for him. But it's gonna work out in our favor because we're gonna have a pretty good game here. But because there's no noise, we're able to play some music at the start and the end, and that will hopefully not drown out my audio. So may as well. Hello, 432. Oh, those things are tough to hit sometimes. We stopped, aimed, we missed. Replay system, we can't tell where we were aiming, if we underlet it, overlet it, if we aimed well but the shell missed, or what. Gonna aim for this Oni. Good, we put it into him. I went for the Oni because I figured we might be able to track him, and I think we could do more damage if we do track him. We might be able to get 2 shots into him. If we'd shot the 110, perhaps that would have been better, but I figured, we shoot the 1390 and we only damage his tracks. But I figured, I think what I figured at the time was I might be able to get 2 shots in if I can track this Oni. While if I shoot the 110, he's a bit faster, it's going to be harder to hit his tracks, and he might get away. And so far, it's kind of worked out. We shot this guy, and he halted. And so we're able to just put shell after shell into him as we side scrape this corner. We're about to cap out, but... nope, there it goes. We're not going to cap out. We shoot Artie there, which I think was the right play, obviously. Come on, you got to shoot Artie whenever you have the chance to. And the Oni misses another shell. Oh, we have a shot on this tank destroyer. Oh, we only hit his tracks. What is that, a Conway? I can't tell what it is. A Challenger, he goes down. It's much smaller than a Conway. Oni decided to go exactly where his friend just died. Always a good play. Unfortunately, we are not loaded. And now we're going to shoot this 1390. If we can get around this post. 13... Yeah, that guy's not very scary. The 1390 is scary. Let's see if we put a shell into him. We missed the shot. He was about to pull away, so we kind of snapped that before he was able to pull into the cover of cover. Who are we platoon with also? Who are we platoon with? Bad Karma? This was a while ago, so it was probably Bad Karma, Jesus Freak, or Catnip is great. Those were kind of the people we used to play with back then. This T-34-100 almost stands no chance. He's going to keep shooting our drive wheel, especially while we're side scraping. We decided to use a repair kit there, and that's because of this guy right here. I didn't want him to sneak up on me, and I don't know why we used repair kit now, actually. It's like, why did we use it then? I don't know. But we should go after this guy for sure. He's not even looking at us. He's the one who we should kill. Come on, kill him, kill him. No, we're still fighting 7s. And it is now a 2 versus 7 battle right now. We put another shell into the Oni. Here comes this guy. He's kind of getting confident here. Is he going to put a shell into us? No, we get tracked again. So, yeah, we're tracked anyway, so we definitely use that repair kit for nothing. His engine gets knocked out. Replay system, we can tell these things. Put another shell in the... So we've got, what, 1600 base DPM on this thing. It's really, really bad, but that doesn't mean we can't, you know, hold on. And it does make it a little bit harder. This guy's not looking. We're going to finish him off. Boom, down he goes. Now it's a 2 versus 6. It does make it harder to win in a situation like this. But if the people refuse to push you, which they are doing, and we're able to side scrape like this, we can really do some work here. Put a shell on that guy. Boom, we pick up the 1390, and now, unfortunately, now it's a 2 versus 4, which is great, but we're not in contention for a call of ban-offs if we let that guy kill the M103, because he was about to kill him. We could have let him kill the M103 and then shot the 1390 right there. But, you know what, it kind of worked out for us because it slowed them down. It allowed us to put a free shot in the M103, and it took the pressure off of us as the T-34-100 decided to shoot at our M103 and kill him as well. So that's nice indeed. But it's a 1 versus 4 anyway. So let's see what we can do here. We know the M103 is there, so we can't really do anything about that. We can't go around that corner. Let's see what we can do to this medium tank. We're turned around. Let's see if he notices us turned around or if he just pokes out. The issue is the M103 that might be on our right, but we kind of just have to go for it and hope he doesn't hit us. Oh, he's making a weird play. This guy bounces off of us. The M103 is not in position to fight us, so we're going to go straight after this guy. The Oni also is taking the long way around. He's not in position, so we know we just have to press our advantage here. Go after this guy and then go straight for the M103. That's the play we have to make, and now we have to get ready for this M103 who's going to be on our left. We can side scrape him with this corner right here as he pokes around. Or we can, oh, we were too slow to get to it, and we weren't paying enough attention. The Oni is trying to find shots into us. This guy bounces off of us. We gave him a ton of our front armor, and it looks like he goes maybe into our upper plate. He might have gone to our lower plate there at that angle and bounced off for sure. The Oni is in position trying to get a shot in us, and I think he's got the big gun. Already misses us, so now we've put ourselves in a position where hopefully we can avoid Artie and avoid this Oni. The M103, I think he misses there, or maybe his gun is broken. I don't know what's going on here. He does not shoot us. There's Artie. There we go. Now the M103 puts a shell in us. We put another shell in the M103 easily, and we're going to go for the ram. Maybe we'll kill him here with the ram. Yes, we do. 91 damage. This tank is more than capable of ramming, and now we have 880 health left, and we're fighting an Oni and a 112. The Oni is kind of scary. If he's got the big gun, he does manage to pen us. He's going to shave off quite a bit of our health, but we're just going to snap him here. Oh, I guess that was a misplay. It kind of was and it kind of wasn't at the same time. It was somewhat of a gamble. Our shot should have for sure, you know, hit and penned, but we hit the dead cart. Not the dead cart. We hit the car, should I say, the train car. And then we hit it again, unfortunately. And so my plan there was to just shoot before he shoots, be faster. And we were faster. We just missed, and that was the misplay there. Is if we had hit, everything would have been okay, but he does have the smaller gun. So that means we're not too afraid of his gun. We miss again. He's using that car very well. This is an accurate gun. It can definitely weave through that. But unfortunately, that one misses. The first one was the easy one. He was half his tank was pulled out, I remember correctly. Which I do fairly remember this game fairly well. And I do remember him being pulled out halfway. And we could have easily shot his second half. Or his first half, whatever you want to call it. You know, whatever's poking out. I guess it'd be his first half because if he's driving forward. But no matter. We bounced the APCR shell. That's our first APCR shell I think we fired. Yeah, we now have 19. We've loaded it for the Oni. We were fighting an M103, but now we're not loading it then. We're fighting an Oni. Yes, load it. He should beat our reload, but it doesn't really matter. He does not fire, and he goes down. Now all that's left is the artillery. Again, we do a ton of driving looking for him, so, you know, I cut out about a minute and a half. I don't know actually how long it was driving. It doesn't matter. I cut it out. There's the M12, and if he pokes out, we should be able to finish him. Yes, he does. Dead. Down he goes. There's the win. 27 damage ribbons. One was a ram. 8 kills. Not too shabby. This is going to be a fairly big game for sure. What do we have here? 261,000 credits, and the only boost we had was Second Destroyer, which gave us another 10,000. So we still would have made 251,000 credits with the premium account and 265,000 credits without a premium account for 6,881 damage and 8 kills. 2771 base experience points in the Lowë Black. Definitely one of my best ever games in the Lowë, if not my very best game in the Lowë. And we were platooned up with AK Fisher of Men. Wow, that's a blast. But next, we are on Paris in the Patriot. And look at, because we're in the replay system, we may as well use the square map. I forgot to do that with the other one. We still use the compass. But who cares? This is a very action-packed replay. This is my first ace in the Patriot, and it's a pretty good game. Unfortunately, it was also, I believe, one of my first games in the Patriot, or of the day, and I didn't turn on my capture card. Don't worry, the last game we have for you guys is huge, huge credits, legendary credits. So don't worry about that. And it is not with the replay system. But despite the replay system, I think this is still a game worth watching here in the Patriot. There's no Artie, so we've decided to take this more aggressive location. In fact, you know what? It's just because we're in a Patriot, we've decided to take this aggressive location. This gun is kind of snappy, but kind of not. It's an inaccurate derpy gun. I know, it's kind of crazy, right? But it loves close range. Fast rate of fire, high penetration. APCR is its standard. You get close, you just go boom, 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 boom. That was, of course, before the update. Now this tank might be a beast. Like, it was already a beast at this time. Now it's kind of been power crept, which is crazy. This tank was so good back then. And to think this tank has been power crept is, like, ridiculous. But my point is, this tank might be good again just because you can get your accuracy so good. So if this gun is just hitting constantly, because that was its issue. It's got a small gun. And the 6 seconds reload, which was fairly long for a 90mm, actually. You can get the FCM lower than that, the CDC lower than that, most medium tanks lower than that. The Carnarvon with its Action X with its 230 alpha, you can get down to 4 seconds. So as far as 90mm go, this was actually a long rate of fire. And then when you miss, that means you have 12 seconds. So you have 6 seconds to load one shell, and then another 6 seconds to load the second shell. So if you miss a shot, that means it's 12 seconds to do 240 alpha. And it's a derpy gun. So But when you're at a range like this, it's pretty good. Your armor's decent. It's about 220 effective, which isn't great. Most tier 8s can go through that with standard rounds. The turret is 198, so if you hit it flat, even tier 7s can go through that, like the Tiger. But we're trying to avoid the shell from this KV5. He's charging us. We're going to put a shell into his R2-D2 there. Easy shot. 5100 is here. Hopefully he'll help us. He's putting a magazine into this guy. The KV5 puts a shell into our cupola. It's a weak cupola compared to the T-32, and he's going to nudge us here, knocking us down to what? Is that 4 or 6 hit points? It's a small screen. I can't quite tell. I remember 6, but it looks like 4 to me. I think it's 6. I can't tell. I think it's 6. But we put a shell into his turret there. Hopefully the Super Pershing doesn't pay attention to us, and he doesn't. And we get over the ridge. The KV3 misses us, and we're going to hopefully put another shell into one of these guys. Paying attention to that, the Super Pershing, making sure he's not paying attention to us. Boom. KV5 is very tall. We can put a shell into him. He bounces off the side of our turret there, which is nice. Probably aiming for a cupola, but he misses. Finish him off. 1 hit point left. Now the KV3 bounces off of us, and he's kind of... I think he thought he was going to kill us there because he's broadside. We put another shell into him, and he's going to try to crush us here. We have 6 hit points left, or maybe it's 4. I think it's 6. We crash into rock. That's not good. We don't want that. We have to turn our tank. Oh, he misses, and we avoid his ram. He can't turn quite fast enough. We put another shell into him. Can we do it? Yes, we can. We go for his tracks. We miss his tracks, and he's going to be coming straight towards us again. We back up to avoid the second ram. Come on, and we finish him off right before he touches us. KV3 would have been more than capable of finishing us off. The T-32 there misses us as well, and we have a tank on the left. He's not paying attention. And we're up to 24 assist ribbons, in case you guys aren't wondering, because we were actually spotting everybody on our right as well. And we have tank destroyers behind us who are putting shells in for us. This was a big game. There's another assist ribbon. All those guys on the right flank died because we were spotting them. How funny is that? But now there's an ST, I believe, or some kind of tank in the top right who's aiming at us, and he never fires whatever it was. There it is. It's now spotted on the map. And it is actually an IS. Maybe he fired at us. Who knows? He probably missed. We fire, and we do hit there. Put it in. We're up to 17 damage ribbons. We have another shot here. No, he pulls back. So we've decided to push in here and see what other damage we can... squeeze out of this. Truth be told, not much. Not much at all. This is it. This is the only guy left. The others died, and we weren't able to do anything to them. We fire, we miss. But 6 seconds is still pretty good. It's still faster than tanks with bigger guns, of course. So we're able to beat everyone else's reload, put another shell in, finish off the IS, pick up 3 kills, 18 penetrations, 25 assist ribbons. What is that going to get us? Times 2 credit multiplier on, I believe. Did we have that on? We didn't. Wait, what? What? Wait. What boost did we have going on during this time? Okay, we make 100,000. So this was still going to be 201,000 credits base. Well, with the premium account, which is still really, really, really good. So I will absolutely take that 201,000 credits with nearly 8,000 damage combined. Oh yeah, 2446 base experience points. Last but certainly not least, for sure, we are in a tier 10 game on El Haluf with our Patriot, and we have a ×2 silver multiplier, and there's no artillery. I think this is kind of a trend here. No artillery. Well, the 2 games in the Lowë had artillery, but both of them we kind of shot early on, and they were on the run the entire time because of that. Both these Patriot games had no artillery, and yes, no artillery can lead to great games, because now suddenly you're playing the game and you're not getting punished for playing the game. Woohoo! But tier 10 game here on El Haluf, doesn't really matter. If I remember correctly, this game is a little bit of bumpage at the start, and I don't remember the context or the details as to why that happened. We'll see in just a sec, and I'll try to explain it. And I remember in my mind it was just I was trying to get to a position, but somebody was kind of just taking up the whole road. We'll see what happens here, and I'll try to justify it, or maybe we're just a terrible human being. I don't know. But we're very bottom tier, as you can see there. Oof, and that kind of hasn't changed. And this is it. He's kind of rubbing against me, and so I can't turn. I'm trying to turn, but I can't. And I want to give him room, but I can't even turn. And so then he pits me. Perhaps I could have stopped, but it's like, okay, I got to turn back around there. Yeah, okay, that's what it was. But I guess I'll just take this position since you pit me here, so may as well just use it for sure. But okay, I'll use this. Put a shell on the T10. Yep, there we go. And it actually works out really, really well for us. The STB1 wasn't the brightest player. We're going to go for this guy's drive wheel, but the shell goes low, only damages his track, doesn't even track him. But here comes the T10. And this is what my tank can do compared to the STB-1, is I can actually bounce these shots. He can theoretically as well, but he also doesn't have quite the rate of fire I do. And so if this guy's got a decent crew, perhaps he won't be able to do what I'm doing, which is distracting that guy. But he gets away anyway because we decided to shoot and kill the Patriot. But if this guy pokes out again, boom, there's the rate of fire, putting another shell in. And that STB-1 would not have been able to get that in. And it's working out great for us. And he keeps pulling back. We put another shell into this guy's drive wheel. And the E4 finishes him off. The E4, I believe, is platooned with this guy. Yes, he is. These guys are platooned. And we're going to do something with the E4 later, which is going to entice an explicit message from him. And what happened was completely accidental. And it was his own demise, should I say. And you'll see in not just a sec, but at the end of this video, it was his own fault. It was his own fault. It really was. But we have a nice shot on this defender. We're going to go for his side armor because he's giving it to us. We damage his tracks. We don't blow him off. Yeah, he was aiming at us. Then he aims at E4, and he dies. Yeah, okay, Waffle. Oh, Waffle just decided to shoot the STB-1. The STB-1, instead of going for cover, is pulling out in front of the Waffle. Takes 3 hits and 4 hits, and he's dead. We're going to put another shell into this drive wheel of this Waffle. And now that he's sitting there, we may as well do it again. And keep him tracked here forever. Put another shell. Oh, we didn't damage his tracks, it looks like there. And we don't roll high enough to kill him, so is he going to put a shell into us? He does. Instead of shooting the E4, he shoots us. But we finish off the E4, the Waffle. If he had shot the E4 would now be dead because the E4 just took a big shot there. But now we're behind this STI or the ST1. Doesn't really matter what you want to call it. It literally doesn't. It's not going to make you live or die. It's not going to improve your health. But here comes this guy. Our armor is just enough to possibly bounce this guy's shells if we're angled properly. If he shoots our lower plate, there's no hope in the world. But he's now a one-shot for us, and we don't shoot him. Why? I don't know. I thought the E4 was going to kill him there, so I changed my attention. If we had, and he does eventually, if we had shot that guy, we would have gotten even more credits and experience, because you steal a little bit of the people you kill. And we actually, I won't spoil anything here. We'll put a shell in the E5. So we would have gotten more credits, to say the least, if we had shot that guy. We're up to 17 damage ribbons, and we're still fairly healthy. This guy just fired, so we're going to put a shell in his drive wheel. Unfortunately, our caliber is not quite big enough. The E4 bounces off, which is actually a good thing for us, because now the next shell we can put in, we can track him here. And now everybody can start penning and damaging him. And we're not going to actually shoot for his... for damage on him. We're just going to go for his tracks again. And we're just going to take all of his health away from him. Yeah, there we go. Put another one in. Boom. Perfect. And everybody is now that we start tracking him, is suddenly penning him, which is great. It's a harder tank to pen, but suddenly people are penning him. Maushin pens him through the cupola while just driving. Casual. Dead. Gone. 7 tracked assist ribbons and pretty much all of that E5's health there, which is great. And we're up to 17 damage ribbons and 7 tracked assist ribbons. Our damage is taking up, and we're not done yet. Still plenty of game left. We haven't needed to shoot any premium rounds whatsoever. Let's just go kill some people. We're afraid of that Waffle. We know there's another one who ran away. He could be around any one of these corners. I'm 1 of 3. You want to go first? Fine. Be my guest. Be my guest. Go and put your armor to the test, if that's what you want. Yep, that's what he's going to do. Is he going to be on our left? No. Is that him there? No, that's not him. That's a T-54. SU-1, whatever it's called. SU-122-54. There we go. And there's the Waffle. Okay, good. We don't have to worry about the Waffle. Oh, don't. That's a tortoise. Can we put a shell in the tortoise? He is not looking at us. This might be a nice, easy, free shot. No, he's behind cover. There's also the SU we were just talking about around here somewhere as well. I'm sure. He could be on our right. We might have to fight him. If he YOLOs us, we might die. Just kidding. We have friends behind us, including the E4. So, no worries. There he is. There he is. All right. See if we can put a shot on this guy. We can't, so we'll put a shot into this guy. We've got his back end here, and we put it in easy, no problem. And we're actually going to drive forward here to get more shots on this guy, and we blocked the APCR shot from our E4. And that was the mistake I made. And so now what he's going to do is he's actually going to sit in front of these guys' guns. He's going to hide from the tortoise and sit right in front of this Waffle and T-54 while sending me a message. He's like, I got to send this guy a message. It doesn't matter if he lives or dies. I just got to make sure I send this guy a message. It's only a Waffle, a tortoise, and T-50 SU-122-54 looking at me. But this guy blocked my shot by accident. I got to send him a message. Dying? Who cares? Let's just... so yeah. Can we kill off the tortoise here? Nice aim shot. No. As you can see just how big this gun circle is. It is. Oh, there's the message. Oh, we miss again. We check. Yep, it's the E4. It's like, you blocked my shot. And we got pit maneuvered by the STV-1 earlier. And because we got pit maneuvered, it threw our tank in front of his tank. And so he probably thought that was my fault as well. When it really wasn't. It was an accident. It was just driving. T-57 Heavy has shots on us, so we gotta pull in. He puts 2 shots into us. T-54 finishes off, sorry, SU-122-54 finishes off our defender, but we're underneath both these guys' guns, and the T-57 Heavy is now hiding in cover, so we can now safely move up. And we kind of have to. We gotta get out of this location, and we want to go after this SU, and eventually go after this T-57 Heavy. We again have to make a bit of a drive, and we don't get anything done during that drive, so we'll just jump ahead. This guy pulls out, put a shell into his engine deck. He's not really paying attention to us, so we're going to try to get another location on him, see if we can get a better shot. But suddenly, here we go. We actually have cover here, but we can also go higher. There we go, perfect. Right here. This looks like a good place. Maybe even further. Yes, very good. You know you want to die to me. Aim it up right to his tracks. Nice! That's beautiful, actually. Now maybe we can keep him here. For sure we can. Ah, we missed the shot. And his track's fixed. And his gun is broken. And we died. We're dead. Just like that. 25 damage ribbons. Not too shabby. We died to the T-57 Heavy, meaning he does take some of our XP and credits because we died. Not as much because he's a higher tier vehicle, but still, this game could have been even bigger if we had survived. We would have made more credits and more money. And that's pretty crazy, considering the amount of money we're actually going to make this game. He goes down. M103 finishes him off. The M103, good job to him, who was testing his armor. Finishes him off. Let's see how much money we made. Let's do it. Show us the money. 563,633 credits made. 5,700 damage, 3,700 base or assist damage, almost 9,000, over 9,000 combined, 9,400 damage in our tier 8 heavy bottom tier. 3 kills, not too shabby. Yeah, 2,600 base XP, not as much as the game before because the game before we were actually brawling, but we make more money because we were shooting higher tiers. But that's it. I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you did, slap that like button, comment, subscribe. Make sure you go check out SpaceBANDIT, link in the description below. Let me know of your biggest credit multipliers, biggest credit games you've ever had in this game before, and I will be sure to next week probably feature even bigger games or more modern games with the Ragnarok and the Glory IS-5, because we had some big games in those as well. That's it. Thanks guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys all later. Take care, everyone, and go make money. Yeah, good luck.